acting bakubiza ngisho ugula usho uthi yazi namhlanje I'm anxious, I'm depressed. Kuthiwa you signed. Awuna medical aid ngaleso sikhathi udumile bayakuvimba bafuna ukushutha izithombe nawe ngeke nga overheatelwa imoto that day ngiyokwenza iDNA ingishise la umuntu ubhizi can I have a quick selfie with you akesekike la. Yeah, so we need, I think I'm an artist mayifuna ukusurvive, we need to be honest. Lamanga esiwaqambayo with ama filters nelokhuzana for likes ukuthi ibrand umuntu can never be a brand, but you can brand your work.
I also know we're not going to go deep into this, but something you're raising about this concept of young men who are hot right now, acting musicians who end up dating women with the means. And that's just an example. There could be a lot of women who are the same.
Yes.
She's hot right now. She ends up dating, maybe even marrying. And to her, say we need it.
Yeah.
Marrying a man with means. But again, if this guy married you for the wrong reasons because you are hot, at some point he's going to have to replace you.
Yeah.
And what plans and mechanisms do you have to a point where today we've got OCC that have expired, who are doing very weird things on social media and the likes to try and keep that attention. But abantu are looking at them, but you've got children. Why did you not manage to become like Obasetsane or Connie Ferguson and graduate towards what did they do that you missed, and how can you get involved? Kind of situation.
True.
And that's something we need to discuss because it is destructive.
It's very destructive. You are right when you say it's on both genders, because you sometimes there is a guy I won't call his name. We were working together. He bought like 3 cars on a row. And then he said to me, Boso, you and I are doing the same job. Why don't you buy cars? And I was using public transport.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really need to sit down so that you can give me advice. And then there was this day we were driving and then we were stopped by the police. And the police was asking for so many details. The first question, so are you the owner of the car? Are you the owner of the car? No, the car is in my wife's name. And then I just looked that way. Because this guy was telling me we're doing the same job and I can own the same car. Do you get my drift?
Yeah.
There's
ever since I've lived in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate that I've never been homeless.
Yeah.
But I know so many people have been homeless. Some of them bavuga.
Yes.
Some bavuga
Bao, yeah.
Some of them never vuga, but you can see raw talent, sadly. And then there's the psychological hurdles that many people struggle to ever overcome. But when you've been in Joburg and you've engaged it fully, you realize how many things here are an illusion.
Yeah.
A person who's called a billionaire, millionaire in the papers, you can see their business, you can see the building, you can see their name,
yes,
Khoza industry, you can see all of that, but it is not what you think it is. To a point where today when someone says, do you see, hey, Umbuso's got so much money, hey, Ushaka Ilembe, I'm sure, I'm like, maybe. No, I'm like, no, it's not even that. It's just
true.
I've actually realized how many of these things are fugazi. Because ungathona nje bakubeka igama lakhe lapha and yena as the face, khona umuntu that decided he's going to be the best vehicle to put the name there and to put the face there so that it looks good and we can raise the funding. And just like someone being on call, you get called to meetings to window dress, to look good and sound good.
Yeah.
But then right after that, you disappear for the rest of the business operation.
And they ask you, Mbuso, what is a shelter in Zulu? Mpeme. Okay. Mpeme Industries.
That's a real example. From King Shah.
Oh, yeah.
Mpeme actually built some RDP in Newcastle where I come from. That's how I know.
But so,
jeez, I hope we're not shading anyone. Okay,
so, uthola ukuthi kodwa akusi wena lo omunye umuntu ongaziwa. Same thing with Cholto Mbuso sene music venue Sentin. Hey, now ubone kahle.
Mbuso Convention Center of Excellence.
Yeah. Yeah, and idanger enkulu ilento esiyibiza ngeblack excellence ayikho. Yet i-black excellence yamakha wash neshisa nyama. Ngeke bafethu, because in those businesses kuzobaba ongangami oqhumsula umkhabe ehamba nengane na 16 years. you know, engizama ukusho ukuthi nje kuyonke lento esiyithintayo, at the end of the day, in a bigger scheme of things, you really need to ask you a question at if you say who am I, it's a problem because bazothi umkhathini calling you the things that you are not. They are calling you through the names of those who came before you, because the concept of names, there were times when evolution was not where it is, where people were called by one name and the surname would be where you from.
Yeah.
Mary of Magdala, Umbuso wase sure.
Elizabeth of Windsor.
Yeah, it's
the late Queen Elizabeth.
It's amazing, therefore, that you find parents who are naming their kids Beto Magdalene because they think it's holy. It's holy. And it's the name of the place. So then come a time where people, the population equal. Basebet, okay. Ubani babwakho? Umlojo.
Yeah.
So uzoba son Mlojo.
Of Mlojo, yeah.
Or kuthiwa Mlojwa son.
Yeah.
Later Mlojwa sin. Robert son Robert son.
Yes.
Robert sin. Or if Joseph, you have a daughter, so Josephine. So kwaya ikhathi the population began to expand more or increase. Baqala bathi, okay, we need to call you by your father and all of your manzalo nizobizwa ngayo so that we can identify you.
Yeah.
This thing has nothing to do with spirituality, but to identification.
Identification tool.
La in the space that we call planet Earth. But what are you? If we were to remove your name and remove all the mythologies and
your
the
tribe, what you call your culture, your religious background,
what we're gonna say, he is, you are. That's it.